So, for all of those listening today, I am with Anastasia, who is a local cosmetologist, who is also my friend, and I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. How are you feeling?
Very excited.
Yeah, not
I'm
nervous
teasing.
like I am. Yeah, you are teasing.
No.
Okay, but so let's get right into it. First and foremost, let's just lay the foundation. What is it that you kind of do, and what do you enjoy about it?
So I do hair. I do makeup sometimes. I wax. But I mostly do hair. I love doing haircuts. That's my favorite because they're simple and easy, and there's not too much pressure.
Yeah.
And I just like to make people feel good, like about themselves. That's like what I feel like I was put on this earth to do.
What makes you say that? Like, what was like the moment or occurrence or whatever that was like, this is what I was put on the earth to do. Like, this is what I enjoy doing.
I think growing up, I've always been the kid no one had to worry about because I could just take care of myself, and I feel like that kind of helped with taking care of other people.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to stress about me, but I got you at the end of the day. And I guess when I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and career-wise, everything that I was choosing to do was around like taking care of people and like helping them, whether they were like sick physically or like mentally or something.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like doing people's like hair and like fixing their, not fixing, that sounds really mean, but helping them with their appearance makes them feel better,
Right.
which will eventually help them feel better like internally too, rather than just on the outside.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of why I like it.
Yeah. What's one thing, I guess, about you outside of what you do that either you think people don't know about you or kind of just sticks out about you?
I'm actually like a really big yapper. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I just be saying shit. Can I cuss? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's fine.
good.
We'll
Yeah,
just make sure we
I just say
note that.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say anything that comes in my head, especially when I'm very comfortable. I feel like that kind of catches people off guard because sometimes I'll say something and then everyone will just stare at me and then they'll start laughing and I'm like, just being honest. I don't know what you want from me.
I mean, at least, there's an element to being authentic with that. Do you think that there's a part of your kind of personal story that people don't always get to hear, or something that you don't always get to tell that you kind of want to touch on along the lines of like who you are and kind of why you got into cosmetology?
Yeah, there's a lot of like life experiences that I've been through to get to me to this point.
Yeah.
To actually pursue what I want to do and not live for other people. I think that's a big part of my life was I was trying to make everyone else happy. And
I think a lot of people can relate to that for sure.
And like for the first literally like 23 years of my life, so basically my entire life, I was just like doing everything that I felt other people wanted me to do.
Yeah.
And because what they thought was best is correct. But then at some point I came to the realization like, no, like you're living this life, so you need to do what you want to do at the end of the day. So that's probably something that not a lot of people know.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable kind of elaborating or at least giving us an insight to what that moment was for you, or at least that, or those experiences that kind of made you realize, okay, I need to stop living for other people and it's time that I did my own thing?
Yeah, definitely. When I was in college, that the whole 3 years I was there, I was like genuinely fighting for my life, and I was like, I hate this place. Like the school needs to burn to the ground.
Yeah.
And someone's gonna do it. And it might be me.
Oh boy.
She's
joking.
Yeah.
Let's
just kidding, John Marshall. Psych. But
she's not serious.
But yeah, in 2022, I think, is when I dropped out finally. And because I kind of came to a realization like, I'm continuing to do something that doesn't fulfill me. And I'm going to these classes and like, not even going to the classes actually. I skipped a lot of classes. I don't know how I made it 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like living here every day and waking up and doing something I didn't want to do. I was like, something has to change. But while I was here, I was like the main person that was like doing everyone's braids and like all that, like before Lena got here. And like going to people's houses and just doing braids for 7 hours literally brought me so much joy because I'm like, damn, like this shit's kind of cool. Like I'm just doing what I want and for money. So yeah, that kind of doing hair here helped me realize, like this is something I want to do forever because it actually is like super fun and I'm good at it.
Yeah.
So, and there's no like harsh thinking like that's required, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was a social work major.
Okay.
And I'm like not mentally well enough to be helping someone else get mentally well. Like,
it's just not for you.
Yeah, we're both going to be fucked up at the end of the day. Like, we're both going to be sitting here crying, and it's not good. So
in relation to that, do you feel people are about living their life for themselves versus other people, especially when they're kind of younger? Like, I guess through your experiences, what do you find kind of make people like that, and kind of what's the hard part about navigating out of that to kind of find what your passion is, like you did, especially at probably a younger age?
Yeah. I'll say, like, I think the biggest part of it is you don't want to hurt someone you love. So that's why you continue to do something they want you to do. And like for me, it was my family. There was like a lot of pressure because I was like first gen.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, you have to do this to make everyone in your family like be proud of you or whatever. And at the end of the day, like, you don't want to hurt your family because like they've been, quote, there for you for your entire life. So so I think that, yeah, a big part of it would be like hurting someone else. But if someone truly loves you, I feel like they'll accept you no matter what. So even if you do go and do your own thing, as long as it's not harming someone else or harming yourself, then there shouldn't be like a big problem about that. And it's obviously going to take some time. Like for me, it literally took my entire life to get to this point. But like everyone starts somewhere and there's no like rush on it. But like once you get to a certain point where you're like every day you wake up and you don't want to be doing what you're doing, or you don't want to be here, then at some point you have to realize there's a problem. And also, one of my favorite artists, Tyler, the Creator, in one of his songs, he says, do what you want, because at the end of the day, who's there? You. And so at the end of the day, you're the only person there for yourself. So you got to keep yourself happy before you try to help or keep other people happy.
Would you say that that's kind of been the biggest or one of the hardest like lessons that you've had to learn so then you could pivot into doing what you do now?
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
So I think it's important that that's also reflected, that, you know, part of entrepreneurship and part of even, you know, just being a professional, finding the career you want is being willing to make that sacrifice to say, okay, like this is actually what I want to do. So then my question to you also is, how would you say making that pivot and getting into cosmetology has impacted you now as a person? Like, what are certain things that you feel like has made you different or maybe a better person?
Sorry. I would say like I'm really good at speaking up for myself now. Like standing on business.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
For the most part. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, whatever. Like I'll go out.
Yeah.
And then I go and I'm like, okay, this is fun, guys. Like sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do.
Right.
But if you really don't want to do it and you feel in your gut like, you know, I shouldn't be doing this right now, then I just won't do it now. Like if I want to lay in bed all day, I'm gonna lay in bed all day.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna tell me I can't.
Yeah.
I also think it's made me a little bit more confident too. Like I'm more secure with myself. Like I'm still figuring out who I am,
right.
and like what I like about me and everything, but it's definitely helped me be more open with showing people also like this is what I like. I'm
okay.
Like I'm okay with telling people like I'm a big fucking nerd, like shit like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, confidence and standing on business.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an importance, I think, of trying to be authentic, you know, and show who you are. But like you said, like sometimes you have to go through certain things and to build that confidence so that you're able to kind of do that. So what about your kind of personality comes out in what you do, or vice versa? How does cosmetology kind of feed your soul? Like what really, when you're working with someone, kind of like speaks to your spirit?
The creative aspect behind it.
Like, you'll have to elaborate on that. Like what's the creative aspect?
Like with cosmetology, right? Like me doing hair and stuff?
Yeah, like with you and
sorry.
What you do, and then personally, if you want to touch on that too.
Yeah, so like sometimes like people are 90% of the time people will come in and they'll show me pictures and stuff, but they don't really know what they want. Fair. So I'm like, okay, like I can give you this.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
Like literally no one knows what they want
that
ever.
Is, yeah.
But like I'll do this on you, but it's gonna be like in my kind of
your way, your realm.
Yeah, my flavor, because like whoever did that haircut, I'm not them, so I can't replicate the same exact thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like very creative. Like I create a game plan in my head, and then I just do it, and then it's like, wow, you did that.
Like, what does the ideal version of success look like for you? I know we've talked about, you know, separately, how you like to kind of be a personal stylist, that sort of thing. Can you elaborate more on what that vision looks like for you and why that's important to you?
Yeah. I would say like I like being behind the scenes too. Like I like to be the person who's, I don't know, like making other people feel really good and look awesome, and then they're on the camera and it's like, whoa, like I made you look like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like yes, you have that face, but also I enhanced it, so you're welcome. But yeah, so like my end goal is to work on like movie or like TV sets and stuff, like work with celebrities.
Yeah.
And just.
So if any celebrity catches this.
Yeah.
I'm here. Your girl.
I'm really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I just want to work for myself and just have like I don't want to be working in like a commission-based salon for the rest of my life, or even like booth rent, just because I don't know, I need more like daily hands-on. Like I feel like when you work in a salon, like you see new people every day, and then sometimes they're with like keeping up on their like schedule or whatever, like they keep up on their services, then you see them like every few weeks. But I kind of like just like I want to have like work on one thing for like a week straight, and then we just do that, and then it's like, okay, now you have like this time off to go do whatever, and then go back into it, you know, because it feels like you're doing something every day, even if it's the same thing every day, that's okay with me. Like I'm okay with that, but I just don't want to see like so many people in one day, and then because that wears me out. When I'm at work, surprisingly, I don't talk. Like, get your service and get out of my chair. Like, I'm really sorry, but I don't have anything to talk about. I need to concentrate so I can get you out of here on time, because if I start talking, then we're gonna be here all day.
But that just means, like, you like to be efficient. You're like, you know, I'm gonna do you a solid. It's gonna look great. Yeah. But I'm the type of person that I just need to focus on.
I need to lock
what
in.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think it's also important to note that there's definitely stepping stones along that type of journey. You know, it's not you wake up one day and you're just like, yeah, this is it. But it's important too to have that step to go. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I'm okay with, because I know it has to happen now, so the future can be better. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm like, okay, you have to be in a salon for a few years and, like, work under somebody until you can. Because you have to build clientele and you have to put your name out there. It's just hella networking, which is also very difficult because, I don't know. I don't like talking to strangers. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know who you are.
Well, we're just going to have to pair you up with a friend, and then...
Literally, yeah. Get me an extrovert in here.
We'll tag team that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does your family and friends feel about kind of what you're doing? I know you spoke that, you know, being a first gen kind of impacted how your family wanted you to kind of go. How is it now that they see that this is kind of what you want to do? What's the support like? What's the energy like?
Sorry. I'm trying to, like, think about how I can word this without destroying everyone. But the support is really good. Like,
that's good. Yeah.
My mom, for example, like, she's always been my biggest supporter. She's never steered me in the way of, like, you need to go to college, you need to do this. Yeah. My mom's always been like, just do whatever you want. I mean, because at the end of the day, I know that you'll make something of yourself and be where you want to be, like, to be happy and successful. So, the sport has been really awesome. I do, like, they're probably happy now, too, because they don't have to go anywhere to get their hair done. Yeah. And it's for free, so they're blessed. You're welcome. But, yeah, it's good now. I think when I first said something, a lot of it was, like, I guess maybe, like, convincing me, like, why are you gonna do that? Like, you're already so close to being done in college. Yeah. Which is not true. I had 2 years left, and I would have literally exploded if I had to continue to go there. But, but now it's like, I don't know. I think everyone's chill.
That's good.
And I also, maybe I just don't care, too. I guess I haven't really asked. Yeah. I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do.
I mean, they do say that there's an element of, you know, kind of going your own way, that you have to get to the point where you don't care what anybody thinks. Because honestly, I think we're all more focused on ourselves than we are on somebody else. Yeah. And so when you think that someone is spending so much time thinking about you, they're probably really not. And at the end of the day, like you said, like, it is your own life. And at the end of it, it's just you. So you kind of have to do your own thing. What made you decide that this was kind of Grand Junction, the community, this was kind of where you wanted to be to do what you do versus being in a bigger city or something like that?
I think starting out small is kind of smart. Because I feel like in a bigger city, everyone kind of already has who they want to go to. Right. And they're... the competition, like, in bigger cities, I feel like is way harder. Because, like, social media is a big thing. And everyone in, like, bigger cities has social media, and that's how you find, like, shit you want to do and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think the competition in a bigger city is probably more, like, intense. And I also feel like it's more like a money grab. Like, I'm doing this because, I mean, obviously I need money because I
Yeah.
live on Earth. But I do it
Gotta pay the
because,
bills.
yeah, exactly. But I do it because I genuinely love it. And I literally wake up every day and I'm like, I want to learn more. Like, I want to gain more experience.
Yeah.
And I felt like here and the salon I work at now, like, I felt like I would gain the most experience that I ever have, like, outside of school. Because outside of hair school, I mean, inside of hair school, you don't learn anything. You learn how to pass your boards, but everything else you learn, like, it's all because you probably taught yourself.
Right.
So, yeah, I just needed to, like, get more comfortable and, like, learn a little bit more. I also chose here because Iggy lives here. My best friend lives here.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to
there's
move out of
always
my hometown.
that bond there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
How is
yeah.
she supportive of you? Like, what's that dynamic like? Fortunately, I've known you guys for a minute. And
Yeah. No,
seen you guys, but
she's hella supportive.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Yeah.
what is it like to have that energy to know, like, at the very least, you have this one person that will root for you, support you, no matter where you are, what you're doing?
Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of gives me, like, another reason to keep going.
Yeah.
Because a lot of days I want to be like, girl, fuck this. Fuck all this
Yeah.
work and shit. So, yeah, like, it helps me to continue to see my goal and, like, where I want to be in the next few years. And, yeah, also with her, like, being a film major and being, like, she wants to be, like, a director and make films and stuff, like, kind of like a dream team because we'll just work together for the rest of our lives.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be great to see you two go off and kind of do that sort of thing. What is one thing that you kind of wish the community or people around you really understood about you and what you enjoy doing? Is there something that you feel like if you could say something about, like, this is me, this is, what I do, what I want you to know, what kind of would it be?
I think a misunderstanding would be that I'm very, like, closed off and I don't fuck with nobody. But I'm like, guys, I just met you an hour ago. What do you want from me?
I feel that.
But yeah, like, I'm very shy girl.
Yeah.
Until, like, I get to know you. So you need at least, like, 3 appointments with me.
Okay.
Before I start really activating the Anastasia card.
Okay. So 3 appointments and then we're best buds.
Yes.
And we're friends.
Yeah. Unless I have a little coffee in the morning. Then we might be best friends that minute, actually.
Yeah. So it's like coffee, it's 1 appointment. No coffee, you're probably looking at, like, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Gotcha. So what's one thing, I guess, looking back, would you tell yourself to do differently, or what advice would you give yourself as you continue on this journey?
I would say to stop caring about what other people think, which is easier said than done, but girl, nobody gives a fuck. Like,
how do you get to that point though? Like, what would you say? Okay, 18-year-old self was like, stop caring what people think, but easier said than done. But these would be, like, the first 1 or 2 things in the process to get there.
I think trying stuff out, like, just trying stuff out, even if it doesn't work out or whatever, like, just try it if you feel like you want to try it.
Yeah.
Because you never know, it might turn into something awesome. I don't know. Like, just fuck everybody. Fuck everything, dude. Like, that's all I can really think of.
Yeah, it's just try things out and not care so much about
just
what
like,
other people think.
Yeah, just do your own thing. Like, because that's what everybody else does. That's what everybody else does. So
that is true.
Why do you have to put so much thought into, like, other people and how they're gonna feel if they don't even do that for you?
Yeah, that's true. Solid advice right there. So I guess leading off of that, if you were kind of relating to, younger people who wanted to kind of follow in your footsteps or in this community, what would you kind of advise them to do? And what words of kind of encouragement or anything like that would you have for them?
Everybody wants to be a hairstylist or in like a trade type of like deal, like in this field nowadays.
Yeah.
I feel like social media has really popularized it. So you're going to get, like, you'll get in your head a lot. Like, oh, I'm not as good as this person or whatever. But you just kind of have to figure out what, I don't want to say what you're better at than everyone else. Because there's always going to be someone better than you or whatever. But you just kind of have to just take it, because if you have the personality, like, it doesn't matter how good you are. Like, if people like you, then they'll still come to you. And I mean, especially if you do their hair good. But as long as you know what you're doing and everything, just have like self-confidence and just be yourself, because if people don't come back to you, then they weren't meant to be your clients anyways. So
that's fair. That's one way to put it, for sure.
And hair school's gonna suck, but you just have to keep doing it, because it's not gonna get better.
See it through. Yeah. That's fair. How do you feel that you've defined success for yourself, let's say a couple years ago versus how you do now? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a couple years ago it was mostly like just thinking about money and like, I need to be rich, I need to be smart, I need to get all this money so I can have a nice big house and hella freaking Benzes in the lot, like all that.
Yeah.
And now I think success to me is like just living a life where every day I wake up and I'm like, damn, this shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, even if I live in a tiny apartment in Grand Junction, Colorado, like, I still feel successful, because at the end of the day, I have my own place. I have friends around me. Every day is like, not every day, but most days are like super fun. So yeah, good. I think just having fun and enjoying life and what it gives me is like a successful life for me.
That's good. So let's fast forward 5 to 10 years. What do you wish or hope that people say in this community, and then wherever you end up, what your impact has been?
Oh, I don't know. I just hope they think I'm cool.
Which is fine too. It doesn't like have to be something, crazy, outrageous. I just want, something that feels genuine to you.
Yeah. No real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want them to be like, damn, like, she did my hair and she's fucking awesome. Now look at her.
Yeah. No, there's value in that too, to know that, someone acknowledged where you were, where you wanted to go, and they've been able to see that process and be like, man, I remember when she started here and did that. That's pretty cool. What's one thing outside of that, per se, that you'd say you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered that I was hilarious.
You are pretty funny.
Thank you.
I think you have like that awkward humor thing, but hey, it works for you.
Thank you. And I genuinely just say whatever is in my head, which is honestly not good, because sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, why'd you say that? But it just had to be done. But yeah, I think just that I kept people smiling and laughing.
Which I think is amazing, because I think we don't laugh as much as we should.
I know. And one thing about me, I'm gonna laugh every second. Like,
so, hey, laugh away.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe in the next life, you can be a comedian instead of
oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, or in this life, you could be a comedic cosmetologist.
True.
You know, that
But
could be a thing.
also, I'm kind of awkward, and I don't think I could. No.
Hey, shout out to Issa Rae. She's
Yeah.
awkward, and
My girl,
hey,
my idol.
yeah.
I'll cry about her.
If she ever hears this episode, I'll
Yes,
just,
she will. Manifesting.
Yes, let's do it.
Issa, hey Issa,
Yeah.
hey Kiki, hey SZA.
I was gonna ask you what's the most random, probably surprising thing about you, but I think we kind of talked on. You're funny and you are kind of awkward, but it's okay. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless there's something else you want to add, like what's the most random or surprising thing that people wouldn't expect about you?
I think that I think honestly that I'm like a big nerd. Like I love like shit that people don't like K-pop. Can rave about that we can do a 2-hour podcast on why I listen to K-pop every second.
Maybe we'll do a follow-up one.
Okay,
and we'll talk about K-pop because I don't know anything about K-pop.
Okay, I will teach you about BTS. Like that man over there.
BTS actually,
That's
I've
my
heard of
man.
BTS.
Yes, I love BTS.
But I don't know anything really. I couldn't name a song or anything.
That's okay.
And I don't know how many members. Was it like 5?
7.
Yeah, see. Not my
Close
thing.
enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to your interests. What's the last thing that truly kind of resonated with you and inspired you? And it can be anything and in any facet.
Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. Like actually, no, because I can also do another 2-hour podcast on that too.
On Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, just the halftime performance too, because that has genuinely changed my life.
Well, I guess we have some follow-up episodes that we'll have to do as a separate segment.
Yes, but yeah, Kendrick, literally been listening to him for like the past 2 weeks. And also the halftime performance, they put it on Spotify, so that's also been in my ears.
Yeah.
For a long time. But yeah, or just music in general. I'm like music.
What is it about music that really resonates with you? That motivates you?
I think like the way they say things. Like how people can just say something so like obvious, but put it in a way where it's like, damn, like you kind of ate. Like, damn, I'm gonna be thinking about that forever.
Like they're really good, like wordsmiths. So it's like being able
like poetic.
to really hone their craft like that.
Yeah.
I think across the board, whatever industry that you're in, really, there's definitely some power in being able to hone your craft. Hone your craft, whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Kendrick's performance was pretty good.
Yes, dude, I love that man.
Yeah.
Like, I will die on this hill of Kendrick Lamar. I will defend him to the ends of the earth.
Yeah. So, let's say we're on a different earth, and, you know, hair wasn't, you know, cosmetology, hair, makeup, all that wasn't what you were doing. What would you be doing?
I don't know. Like, dream job? Or, I mean, because this is my dream job, but I have other dream jobs.
Yeah, let's say you couldn't do this. Let's say, you know, if you weren't doing this, what would be the other thing that'd be like just as I was put on this earth or close enough to, or earth adjacent to do this?
I don't know. Maybe like an actor.
You like acting?
Yeah.
Huh. I learn something new every day.
Yes, I love acting. Am I good at it? I don't know. Don't ask me those questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, acting would be one for sure.
What type of things would you act in?
I don't think anything serious. Because
So
I can't.
Comedies.
Yeah, maybe comedies, maybe romance. But anything like someone's dying, no, can't do it.
You just break down in tears.
Yes, I don't do well with death. Like, it's really not good. Like, no one can die before me. So, telling you that now, you're also not allowed to die before me.
I am older than you. So.
Yeah, so you better keep it pushing. Because I'm not playing around.
It's hard in the streets.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to think about that. Anyways, but yeah, acting.
Fair.
Yes, and I love being in front of the camera, as I told you already.
Yeah,
7,000 times.
You'd be pretty good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, catch me in that film. in Iggy's film at the end of the year, the semester.
I will. I will put that in there.
Yes, and tell me if I'm good or not because I don't know.
I don't know if I'm the best to critique acting skills.
Okay.
But I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
And then you can do with it what you want.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
So, we are in the last little bit of this, and so there's only a few questions left.
Mm-hmm.
One would be, what's kind of the last thing, I guess, that you would want to really say or for people to just really know about why you enjoy what you do and why it's important to you and the community, and just any final kind of comments on that about why it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. I think for like women, the biggest like part of them is like their hair for sure. And so it just like really fuels me to make women feel beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I love women so much. Like, I'm sorry, I just love women. They're so awesome and they're just so beautiful. So being able to like wake up every day and knowing like there's gonna be a girl in my chair and I'm gonna make her feel awesome, like that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Cause women go through enough. Like, fuck, we already have to be here with all this bullshit. Like, sorry. And I know there's 2 men in here, but I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to bash you or anything. But yeah, like we just go through enough. So if we just can have like one moment to where we're just being girls, like,
yeah,
girlhood, like that's what really keeps me going for real. Like, is girlhood. I love girlhood.
Yeah. I guess the other part would just be like, how can people connect with you, support you, kind of follow your journey and what you're doing?
Oh yeah. I have an Instagram. I have 2, but my beauty Instagram is tajt.beauty. And then I also work at Posh, Salon and Boutique. It's
Shout out
on
to
Main
Posh.
Street. Yes. Shout out to Posh. Best job I've ever fucking had in my life.
Double shout out to Posh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that place. Yeah, we're all cool. All my coworkers are so amazing. They're beautiful and they keep me going. And yeah, I don't know. You can just catch me there, or if you're at my house, which probably won't happen.
Okay, the last question is, if you were the main character in your movie or TV show, what is one thing that you can think of that the audience would be shouting at you to do or not do? Because they usually say sometimes if you can envision yourself like that, usually the thing they're talking to you about is the one thing that you're afraid of doing. Is there something like that that kind of resonates with you?
Okay, yeah. I think they would tell me to like take my headphones off. Because
Why?
I'm always in my head.
Oh.
So I'm always up here. I'm never thinking about anything else but what's in my head, which is like, and I'm chronic anxiety, terrible anxiety that I have. So I'm always constantly thinking about what's going to happen the next minute, or does this person hate me or whatever. So I think they would be like, girl, take your headphones out.
Yeah.
So you can hear everything else going on.
Yeah.
And mind you, no one cares. Like, no one else is thinking about what you're thinking about. And no one has ever thought about what you're thinking about.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Like sometimes we got to get out of our head and just be present.
Exactly.
In the moment. Perfect. Well, thank you, Anastasia, for doing this with me.
Of course.
I greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
If you're listening, definitely follow, support, and until next time.